Chuck E. Cheese is the real cool place to be a kid.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hats Off. As always, I'm your host and bro-thusiast, D'Angelo Edwards. Now, I know you guys are probably burning with questions. Is he going to address the changes made? Is he going to talk about a different look? Is he going to ignore it all and just keep going? And the answers to that are no, and most certainly yes. But moving on. For a while now, I've had a burning feeling inside. And no, it's not that, the cream already took effect. No, the burning feeling I felt isn't something you can get in an Arby's restroom. This is the fire that can only burn when you watch something that resonates with your very soul. Movies and shows that appeal to everything your core emotions crave without fear of how society views it. Those sweaty, bloody spectacles that make life worth living. That's right, today, I am taking my hat off to Dude Entertainment.
In a world of hate, with a twist of fate, survivor come down to the illusion lake. Filled with waste, this chaos face won't stop till this evil erased. On a mission with the murderous tendencies, all I do is annihilate enemies. Ain't nothing left in the world for me, so I gotta take pride in my weaponry. All I got is raw hostility, I'm all alone, know my ability. Now see in the mind of a killer, see for yourself, none more thriller. No fear of death, living like a warrior, you can bet that I'm coming for ya. Ain't no reason to hide, you think you wanna end your life.
Now, before we get started, I want to get to the bottom of some nasty rumors when it comes to stuff like this. You might hear some people call these things dumb and misogynistic, but those rumors are only half right. These movies are dumb, and God bless them for it, but they are not misogynistic. Because if you're misogynistic, you can't be a dude, it won't fly. And if a movie contains any of that, it's not a dude movie anymore, it's just garbage. I want all guy dudes, lady dudes, and everyone in between dudes to be welcome in this space. Because I know what it's like not to be welcome somewhere. Hey, let me in. Hey, let me in. Is there media in there? If I can get in, you know I'd be taking my hat off to it. The point I'm trying to make is that you don't have to be a male to enjoy a dude movie. It can heighten the experience for sure, but you being a dude is about what's in here, not down there. Now, enough beating around the bush. Let's get to beating the dudes. Wait, that's not... Alright, to start off with, we gotta mention some of the classics. Without this stuff, there wouldn't even be a Shark 2 jump, so we gotta pay our respects. Boys like Arnold, Stallone, Van Damme, not Steven Seagal, he always kinda sucked. Have you seen him run? And unless your name is Tommy Oliver, I'd better not see you in a ponytail. Get out of here. But these dudes brought us classics. I'll never forget the first time I saw Predator, which starts off as one dude movie and ends up as a completely different one. It's like two dudes for the price of one. I don't think there's one slow moment. And if there are, you're too busy thinking about the last awesome thing that happened, that by the time you realize it slowed down, something else awesome happened. I don't care that none of these guys can hit a target, or that Arnold can barely speak English, because this scene happens.
You son of a bitch.
This is a movie about an alien that rips out spines and shoots death beams, and this freaking high five still stands out to me. Primo dude movie. And that's just one on the many list of movies from this era. RoboCop, Terminator 2, Over the Top is a movie about arm wrestling, that's it. Stallone arm wrestles for a living, and his character's name is Lincoln Hawk. That's so cool! Oh my god, his name is Lincoln Hawk, I'm starting to get worked up. Alright, that's better. But it wasn't just America making these beauties. Far up in the East, they were cranking out kung fu movies by the hundreds. hot, fresh, and ready to be devoured by an eager young D'Angelo. I watched plenty of them growing up, stuff like Game of Death and Iron Monkey. These movies were great, because even if these were stunts, you know someone was still getting hurt, especially that one guy. I swear, in every kung fu flick, there is always one grunt that gets it the worst because the good guy gets into a groove, and the guy standing in front of him gets caught up in the combo chain. Later on in life, I ended up watching a ton of these on El Rey, which might be the best channel to ever exist.
Godzilla rides with El Rey.
It was created by Robert Rodriguez, which is already a good sign because that dude made Machete and El Mariachi, and those movies This channel is everything Spike TV wishes it were. It's nothing but 24-hour wrestling, kung fu, guns, and girls. All of the stuff that makes up the magic in a young boy's heart. But this channel is where I stumbled across what might be my favorite kung fu movie ever. The Return of the Five Deadly Venoms, or the more offensive title, and the one I first saw, The Crippled Avengers. Because when a movie called The Crippled Avengers pops up on the TV guide, I'm not supposed to click on it, right? It starts off by setting up a character that you think is going to be the good guy, but once he gets his revenge, he just kind of flips and becomes a villain himself. I wouldn't say it's commentary, but a movie called The Crippled Avengers isn't trying to say anything other than, I'm called The Crippled Avengers, watch me because you are terrible. But it stars a guy whose arms are cut off, and after replacing them with iron ones, he gets revenge, goes on a rampage, and ends up crippling 4 more dudes, who end up defeating him. It's not deep, but god is it a fun ride. Seeing how all the fighters compensate for their disabilities, and just the creativity of the fight scenes themselves, I was smiling from ear to ear from start to finish. Well, maybe saying I was smiling watching a bunch of disabled people fight isn't a good look for me. Cut the break.
世の中誰もがチューハイ意識
Tokyo Drink.
宝缶チューハイ
Okay guys, so all this stuff is good and fine, but the more you watch just standard violence, the more you kinda get used to it. Shooting people used to be fun, now it kinda just feels like another responsibility. But times have changed and technology has progressed. Movies got bigger, more grand, and we saw an evolution of dude. Giant set pieces, explosions, huge action scenes, and just so many attractive women. Which I am looking at respectfully, so it's okay. We've got stuff like Fast and the Furious, which just gets dumber and dumber and better with every new one. I think they're gonna drive cars on the moon in the next one, and I will get COVID 10 times just to see that in theaters. I do not care. But with all this dudosity going on, you get tired of just watching. You want to partake, which is where video games came in, letting us do the ripping, the tearing, and other stuff. Ironically, of course. Why else would I play those games? Did you platinum every Senran Kagura? I did it for science! But that video game goodness couldn't keep to itself, and it bled into the theaters, resulting in one of the most fun times I've ever had at the movies. Hardcore Henry isn't just a dude movie. It's the dude movie. It's a high-octane thrill ride that whoever you are, whatever your race, gender, or sexuality, you need to see it. Because unlike Paul, this movie will treat you right. It's all shot in first person, so it feels like you're watching a game, with all the cool stuff included. And they shot it so well that it doesn't even make you feel sick when you watch it. Though I imagine watching this in VR might kill a lesser man. Looking at you, Paul. Parkour, check. Guns, check. Girls, check. Superpowers, motorcycles, tanks, swords, drugs, Russia. That one guy from Friday. No, not that Friday. All check, all awesome. If you and your friends aren't yelling, screaming, and trying to wrestle each other by the end of this movie, then you either watched it on a video call or you watched the wrong movie. Because Hardcore Henry is a movie that demands your dudeness. It's not asking, and Henry, you don't have to. Alright, we gotta wrap this up soon, because if I keep talking about dude stuff, I won't be able to calm down until I invade a small nation. And frankly, I don't have the time. But before I leave you, I have to mention one show that's probably the most problematic out of everything here. But what might also be one of my favorite shows ever.
Mansers has revealed how to get the most extreme sex on land and play the horniest game of hide the halibut at sea.
Mansers was a show that came on Spike TV around 2007, and it might be the most testosterone-filled show I ever watched. With questions like, can a lap dance power a car? Or what kind of roadkill is safe to eat? You know exactly what kind of show this is. It has some of the most dated mid-2000s borderline hate-crimey television, and I love it. I love the editing that feels like it was done by a monkey on speed. I love that no matter what the question is, they managed to work a booty shot in. And I love that you can feel that everyone working on the show was having a good time. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Like, dude movies are movies you watch with your friends. They're designed to. They get you hype, but the kind of hype that travels from person to person, growing with each.
Yeah, boy!
So, turn off your brain, crack open a cold one, and enjoy some stupid, awesome content. Or you could actually try and better yourself, but what's the fun in that?